Everybody, it's Dr. Brianna Whiteside, and I want to encourage you not to be so married to what God said that you miss what he is saying to you now. Now, I know that may sound so controversial, but hear me out before you click off this video. When we clocked into Q2, we stepped into a very critical time. I don't know if y'all have noticed the atmosphere shifting. I don't know if you've noticed the severity of the season that we clocked into in Q2, but more specifically after the eclipse that happened on Monday. And what I really sense and what I really feel is that we need to be flexible. And one thing that will prevent you from being flexible is being married to what God told you in the previous season. And so here is an example that I have. God gave me a wonderful idea in Q1 of 2024, and it coincided with my time schedule. It coincided with a lot of things that he was trying to build up within me. But when we clocked into Q2, I felt the need to pull back from those strategies that I had in Q1. And so while he did give me the strategy, right, that I executed in Q1, that strategy could not carry over, or those assignments could not carry over in Q2. And that's when you know that the grace is gone. You're still trying to do something that was easy for you in a previous season, and now you're in a new season still trying to work that same strategy, and it's just not working out for you. Which is why your flexibility this quarter is so important. There's so much going on in the spiritual realm, and you don't want to miss out on what you're supposed to have and the opportunities that have opened this quarter because you remain unflexible, or you remain married to a previous season's instruction. One of my prayers that I always ask God is to give me the discernment of the sons of Issachar. And we find out about the sons of Issachar in 1 Chronicles, I think chapter 12. And it says that not only did they, discern the times and seasons, so not only did they know what season that they were in, the Bible also tells us that they knew what Israel ought to do. That meant that every season, every quarter, every situation that they found themselves in, they knew the strategy for that season, for that situation, for that quarter, which lets me know that they could not be married to a previous season's instruction if they hope to have success in their current season. And so I want you to keep that in mind. One, ask God to give you the discernment of the sons of Issachar, who knew not only just the times and seasons, but knew what Israel ought to do. But two, ask God to help you be flexible. When we clocked into Q2, I felt that we needed to fast more. I turned down my plate. I'm on a different eating schedule, not for anything that I'm aware of, but just this necessity to be clearer, to hear what the updated strategy for my own life would be. It is one thing for God to talk to us about global things or things that are going on outside of ourselves, but it's another thing when he starts to talk to us about what's going on in our own home. And sometimes we can be so hyper focused on what everyone else is doing, what the world is doing, what we feel like our presidents or our leaders are not doing, that we're not tending to our own house. The issue with that is that when you don't tend to your own house, you are delayed. You threaten not to be on time. You threaten not to take hold of the things that God had for you. And you threaten to stagnate your life by paying attention to what everyone else has going on. More times than not, God speaks to me about me. You know what I mean? Like, he talks to me about me. He talks to me about what's going on. And then sometimes he may give me encouragement or a word for someone else. But largely, he's dealing with me and my stuff, and me being on time, especially as I'm counting down a very important decision. And so I want you to worry about yourself this quarter. And this is not me encouraging you to be selfish. This is me encouraging you to do what God is telling you to do. So many times as believers, we are behind because we don't do what's required of us. And what do I mean? I mean that we will pray, some of us, well, majority of us, we will vent, We will kiki, we will rub our feet together, we'll scroll on the internet, but we won't partner with heaven to bring forth this quarter's blessing. That means that we decide to be lazy and just say, oh, I prayed about it, and thinking that your praying about it is all that is necessary. No. Faith without works is what? Dead. You have to work, and your success will be inconvenient to you. Your upward mobility will inconvenience you. It won't be an opportune time for you to step out and do what God is asking you to do and encouraging you to do. So if you're waiting for better conditions, if you're saying next week will be better for me, it won't. You don't know what next week holds. You know what I mean? You don't know. You don't know. So how do you know next week will be better for you when God is giving you an opportunity this week to do what he's called you to do? You have to understand that tomorrow has its own cares. And the thing that's tripped so many of us up is that we think we can put it off for a better time, and the better time never comes. And next thing you know, you're looking up and it's 5 years down the road and you're still in the same place, still praying the same prayers. Your prayer life should elevate. You shouldn't be continuing to rehearse the same things and pray about the same things that are not coming to pass. And this is not me talking about when things have a divine time to come to pass. This is me talking about you potentially casting off your responsibility in partnership on this earth. You have important opportunities that come to you every quarter, every day. The Bible tells you that daily he loads you with benefits. And this is not just benefits for no reason. These are benefits to prosper. These are benefits to excel. These are benefits to advance. And unfortunately, many of us lay down our benefit package and lay down the things that we're supposed to do because A, we're either inflexible, we're married to something that God said and not what he is saying, or three, we just refuse to do the inconvenient thing. And so this quarter, what I really sensed prophetically was that we're in a very sensitive moment in time. And I don't think we'll see this moment, this grace on this moment happen for a while again. And I don't want you to miss your opportunity. You must decide not to be married to a past season strategy and try to implement that strategy in this current season. It's not going to work. It's not going to be advantageous to you, and I don't want you to do that. So my encouragement to you this quarter, more specifically this month, because there is something very, I don't even know what I'm sensing, but I'm sensing it. There is something very heightened that's going on in the spiritual realm this month, and I want you to get the intel that you need to advance. Go and spend more time with God. Sit at his feet. Get the strategy. Pull back from things that you may have done in the previous season that you know, kind of sense that the grace has lifted off of. Don't be afraid to reroute. Don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to get off this path and turn over and to go into another path. You must be flexible. And I mean, I don't know why I keep harping on this flexible word, but it's so important. When we get our plans in place, we become immovable, unshakable, right? And that's good when you're standing on the things of God, but that's not good when your plans actually kind of limit the hand of God, or you refuse to be as flexible, as pliable as you need to be. Could it be that you may be sensing frustration right now because you're still trying to work a strategy that had grace on it, you know, just 10 short days ago? Could that be a source of your frustration? Have you gone back to God and asked, what is the strategy for this month? What is the strategy for this season? I want you to do that, because each of us have individual strategies that are tailored to our lives, that are tailored to our destinies. And it's not enough for you to take on some broad strategy that someone else may have said without you understanding the ideas that you need to strategize around. And so that's just my encouragement to you. I just felt a need to release this today. And I hope this has encouraged you to go to God and get an updated strategy and find out if you may be trying to do things that, you know, you just don't have the grace to do it anymore. Be flexible, be pliable, and more importantly, use your discernment. I'll see you soon. Bye.